welcome everybody to this week's, the second of the new format's Quest episodes.
Buddy.
Hopefully you liked what we did last time, and as you can tell, it is continuing onwards because it was successful.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see right up, you can tell it by the picture. I mean, they're very distinguishable characters. They've been around for ages. Shit, way before I was born. I mean, fuck, it's probably as old as my mother.
It's altogether, it's been like 30 films or more, right?
Oh, way more than that.
Way more than that?
We're talking King Kong and Godzilla came out, what, in the fucking 50s or 40s or some shit?
Yeah.
Like, they've been out, and it was, like, big in Japan forever. Like, goddamn, there's so many Godzilla and Kong fucking Japanese things. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Some that aren't even related to the storyline, right?
They've just been going on. They've retold the story of Kong and Godzilla so many times that it's not even funny. Even this current one that we're watching is a retelling. Like, it started with I don't know. I think it started with the Godzilla one that came out in 2014.
Okay.
Which is the current Godzilla that we got now. It's the same Godzilla.
I'll admit to this. This is my first full-length, Godzilla Kong movie that I've seen.
Oh no, I'm a fucking Godzilla nerd.
And I enjoyed it, man. It was this movie was fun to watch.
You have to, dude.
This movie was.
Okay.
No, I do. I have to now. I got to go back and just catch up somehow.
I'm gonna tell you like my. Actually, before I do that, let's get this out of the way real quick. You are watching The Quest. This episode is on Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire. And this was a current rental that's going on right now. It is not on any, as of the time of right now, it is not streamable. If you're watching this later, it'll probably be on Max, because it is, I think they're the ones that own it. So it'll probably be on Max at some point, but as of right now, it is only rental. But we'll get to that later. But that is what we're doing the show on tonight. Make sure to check the website out, nobullgi.com, nobullgi.com. Get our merch, get our full schedule, and get the full archive of everything that has been done on the network, past, present, and future on the website. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Stay up to date with everything that we do here on the network. And let's get to talking. I'm going to say it right now. Before the very first Godzilla movie, the newer ones, right? They came out in 2014. The last Godzilla movie that was made for us, I'm not talking about the Japanese ones. I'm talking about the last American Godzilla one, was Godzilla. It was a Godzilla movie made in around 2000. And it was fucking awful. Everybody loved it, but it wasn't even Godzilla. It was like it was literally a giant T-Rex. It wasn't even Godzilla. It was so stupid. It was in New York City, and it had No, it didn't even look like him. It looked stupid. It had little fucking Velociraptor babies running around the city. Like, it was stupid. It came out in like 2000, I think. I know a lot of people that actually love that Godzilla movie, but I fucking hated it because had Godzilla climbing a building. Godzilla ain't climbing a fucking building. Like, the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Kong does.
Kong probably can.
Kong can climb a building, yes. But Godzilla, no. Godzilla cannot climb a fucking building. He's a giant ass fucking lizard. He's not built for it. He's got chubby ass. The original Godzilla, it didn't have all the aspects that you liked in a Godzilla, right? Tiny little head, big ass lower body. It's just Godzilla. Well, when the trailer for the first Godzilla film in 2014 came out, the only thing that you've seen from Godzilla was his scales and his fat foot. Automatically, I fell in love. I was like, oh, we're getting the real Godzilla. And ever since then, they have went from the Godzilla film that came out, then they did Kong Skull Island, then they did, I believe, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then they did Godzilla versus Kong. Then they did the show that's going on Apple Plus right now, and then they did this movie. And those are the actual movies that are... There's actually an animated one, too. But I'm not really counting that one because I haven't really seen that one. But all those... I've been watching them since the beginning, and I fucking love them.
They're action-packed, graphically beautiful.
Now, I will say this. Going off of all of them, this is my least favorite one.
Is it?
Yes. Yeah. This is my least favorite one
I've ever seen of it, so...
If you watch the other ones, you'll probably see there was a lot more emotion in the other movies. Like you felt God, in the Godzilla versus Kong movie, oh my God, like
this one I felt was very fast-paced,
it was.
action-driven, fast-paced.
There
Story
was
was
really
there,
no,
yes, but there was no emotion.
no, there wasn't no development,
Yeah.
and I guess the reason
Right.
why there's no development is because I mean this
Well, because
is so many
well,
after.
I'm supposed to already know the characters,
Yeah,
right?
pretty
Yeah,
much.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
this is like what's that? Godzilla, Kong, Skull Island, Godzilla, King of the Monsters,
Maybe because I
Godzilla
just
versus
came
Kong.
into
This
it
is
now.
if you're
I didn't feel
counting just the
anything?
movies, is like the 5th movie.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
by now you're kind of already attached to both of Kong and Godzilla.
Mhm.
So this one wasn't as emotionally driven as say Godzilla versus Kong. Godzilla versus Kong was the Freddy versus Jason of Godzilla versus Kong.
Okay.
You have people on both sides.
Mhm.
Now I'm going to ask you, without saying anything about sides or anything, I want to ask you a
Right.
personal question
Right.
because they hate each other. Everybody knows that. Godzilla and Kong hate each other. They're
Work
not
together
friends.
at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not friends. They tolerate each other. That's all they do.
Right.
The backstory behind these characters is Godzilla is the guardian of balance.
Mhm.
He makes sure that the balance of nature stays in check. Kong is the guardian of man. He's
Right.
what his race of
That was
people.
stated in this one.
Yeah,
Yes.
his race of people were
Guarded.
supposed to be the guarding civilization people.
So the people are those
Yeah.
natives in this movie. Or
Well,
whatever
they're
they were.
just humankind in general.
It's humanity altogether,
Humanity,
okay.
yeah. Kong is supposed to be
Yeah.
the guardian of humanity. Godzilla is the guardian of nature, right?
Okay.
So they're not really friends as long as they respect each other and stay out
So
of each
you're
other's
asking
fucking territory.
which
So yeah.
side did I enjoy
So
more?
which side? Who are you? Are you Kong or are you Godzilla?
I am a Kong.
Really?
Absolutely, 100. Yes.
Okay. No.
Yes.
I can't. I'm a
Oh,
dude.
his
I'm pro
character was
Godzilla, dude.
Amazing. He felt human to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He-
but Kong
he
is
had-
Kong is a badass, and Kong has. I'm not Kong. Godzilla is a badass,
Godzilla.
and without giving anything away of this film, because everybody, I'm not going to give spoilers too much, but Godzilla has always won in the movies, and even in this one,
Has
he
he?
did
Oh,
without
yeah,
giving
he's-
away. I'm not going to give away of how or what because it was already told in the last film with Godzilla versus Kong. Godzilla is the dominant creature.
Mhm.
These are basically, put it this way, these
Now,
are
were these
basically
two
Godzilla
different-
films.
Were these two different franchise that at one
It's-
point joined?
No, okay.
Or
Okay. Yes and no. In the olden days, Godzilla and Kong were separated, and then they
Right.
and then they inevitably combined them together because hey, two giant creatures, right?
what they call it, the MonsterVerse?
Well,
right? Is that
now
what they're doing?
this is the MonsterVerse
Yeah,
that we're watching
okay.
now. That
Okay.
the MonsterVerse started with Godzilla in 2014. That's what spawned all the other movies. That's what spawned the TV show that's on Apple Plus. That's the MonsterVerse. That's Godzilla. That's Kong. That's Mothra. That's all of them. They're all there.
right.
Like they're all gaijus and gaijus. I think that's what they're called. They're giant monsters, right? They're the I think they're something. I'm probably butchering it. If you're Japanese and I said that completely wrong, my bad. But basically, you have your Titans, which are like Godzilla, Mothra, Ghidorah, all these different monsters, and then you have the Great Apes, which is Kong. But Kong's race was kind of supposed to be all wiped out. But now, of course, they're introduced because these are all introduced in the books. You have other races, even Scar King and all that other shit, which is what this movie's about. So they're two different entities, but for it's basically the MonsterVerse. They're combining it all together, and I think it's actually brilliant. I enjoy them. A lot of people like the dog on them.
No, this movie was fun. The togetherness, the
Here's the
both
thing.
characters.
I'm a Godzilla nerd. I don't think Godzilla. I think this movie had more Kong in it than Godzilla, and that upset me because I'm more of a Godzilla fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I was able to wrap myself around the con.
Dude, I'm telling
Or
you,
more.
you have to watch them in chronological order. If you watch Kong Skull Island, if you're gonna watch them in chronological order, I guess you have to watch Kong Skull Island. I think Yeah, I believe Kong Skull Island you have to watch first. Then you watch the first Godzilla film. Then you watch Godzilla King of the Monsters. Then Godzilla versus Kong. You can if you want to do it in chronological order, even with the show. Then after the first Godzilla, after the Godzilla versus Kong movie, I think is when you watch the show. I think, and then you watch this
one
movie.
on Apple Plus.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And then you watch this movie. That's the chronological order that you do. But I don't know, dude. I've loved Godzilla since I was a little kid. There is actually another movie unrelated. There's another Godzilla movie that's still new. It's actually on, I think it's on Netflix right now. It's Japanese, but they do it. It's in English dub.
Okay.
The Japanese have always, well, it depends, right? There's the Japanese who depicted Godzilla as a guardian, and then there's of course the Japanese stories that depicted Godzilla as a monster.
Right.
This movie depicts Godzilla as a monster. It's unrelated to the MonsterVerse. It's a completely different Godzilla. I mean, it's still Godzilla. Right. It's a different story.
Yeah, but it's a different. I guess they have different.
It's called.
They have their own.
Yeah, they have their own. They have their own thing going on. Yeah. The one that we're talking about tonight is Hollywood's Godzilla. The one that I'm referencing to is actually still Japanese. It's called Godzilla -1.
Okay.
It's on. It's dude. It's actually really good.
No, this was my first, and it was a great introduction to the story, I guess you can say.
If you all right, this is what I would say, right? If you are going to watch, if you want to know if you want to feel this whole story, watch all of these before you watch Godzilla -1, because again, Godzilla -1 has absolutely nothing to do with this franchise.
Yeah, it's a whole different.
Yeah, it's this whole different story.
Take of it.
Yeah. But watch them, like I said, Godzilla 2014, Godzilla Skull Island, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla versus Kong, then Godzilla X Kong New Empire. Those are the movies. You can skip the show if you want, even though the show explains, like when you watch this movie, the reason why I would probably recommend watching the show is because this show is after everybody's already used to Godzilla being like there, like he's sleeping in the fucking Coliseum.
Yeah, that's where he lives.
Yeah, he literally is crazy. Like, I'm not even giving it away. He's literally sleeping in the fucking Coliseum. That's his bed. Yeah. Everybody's already adjusted to him. And the reason why they kind of jump from Godzilla versus Kong to this is because the show bridges that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The show bridges and explains why why they have organizations that watch them, why they have bases and all that other shit.
The movie that confused me. Now, there was one part where, without giving nothing away, he was going against a big ass spider creature. Who is that? Or was that just thrown in there?
Again, that's part of the MonsterVerse, and they actually explain that in the show.
Okay, so I would definitely have to watch that.
Yeah, no, I would recommend the show
movie because I haven't seen anything. Yeah,
no, you're basically jumping in at the very end of the current story. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying this is the end of the franchise, but this is the current end to it.
The latest, maybe.
Yeah, this is the latest point that we're at. So you just kind of right at the end. So I would want, if you liked this, I would absolutely say go back and watch the rest. And me personally, I think you would probably find one of the other ones, maybe even Godzilla versus Kong, probably better than this one. That's not a bad movie. This was not a bad movie, but I do not think this was actually the lowest budget one.
Oh, was it?
Yes, this one had
amazing.
This one had the lowest budget out of all the films that were made so far.
I mean, this thing was like 90% CGI. Have all of them been like that?
Oh yeah. I mean, they're. I mean, it's Godzilla. You can't get Godzilla in a film otherwise. Yeah,
right.
You know, like giant ass Titan things. If you had to say, what would you say now? Mind you, keep this in mind that this is the lowest budget for any of the Godzilla or Kong movies. So, what do you think the budget is?
But I am at least going to say this was about $65 million.
$135 million budget.
Jesus, yeah.
No, and this is the lowest budget one. Keep that in mind. I actually have a note on that. Hold on. Where is that note at? Is with being able to hold on. The office hit with manual competition. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, hold on. Trying to find Marjorie Godzilla's Kong as grossed. Okay, here we go. Okay, before I get into that, what do you believe? What do you think the box office is?
I'm gonna say it probably tripled it. So about 30 some million. No, 300 and something million.
As of right now, we're standing at $567.5 million box office.
That's a success.
Absolutely. It says here, it says, March's Godzilla X Kong has grossed more than 567.5 million worldwide. The MonsterVerse kicked off with 2014's Godzilla and has also included Skull Island, which came out in 2017, Godzilla King of the Monster 2019, for a combined of $2.5 billion. They're not even counting Godzilla versus Kong in there, so that's probably even more. We're probably talking about more closer to $3 billion. This is the order. Okay, I actually had the order. I completely forgot. I did this, so we can go over this. MonsterVerse movies and shows in chronological order, okay? So we have Kong Skull Island, which came out in 2017. You would watch that first. Then we have Skull Island, which is complete, I guess is an animation, that came out in 2023. I have not seen that one. Then we have Godzilla, which came out in 2014. Then we have Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. That's the show that's on Apple Plus. You would watch that after the first Godzilla film. That came out in 2023.
Is that finished, or would that be a binge?
Yeah, I would binge it.
Or is that still going?
Well, I would binge what's currently going on. I don't know what they're going to do about another season. Then you would watch Godzilla King of the Monsters, which came out in 2019. Then you would watch Godzilla vs. Kong, which came out in 2021. And then you would watch Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, which came out this year.
Yeah.
That is the order that you would
send me that list. Yeah. I'll watch that with the kids, man.
It's so totally worth it, dude. Like I'm judging this movie based off of the other movies. Okay.
Right.
That's how I'm judging it. This is not a bad movie, but it is not my favorite movie out of the bunch. I will say that. That doesn't mean that it's not a good movie. It's just I'm comparing them, since this is, this deep into the franchise now. I have to compare it to its predecessors.
Right.
So,
yeah, going in blindly, I really enjoyed it.
No,
really,
and if this
fun
was
fucking movie to just sit back and watch.
I can feel the lesser budget in this. Now, mind you, it's a good budget. But if you compare it to the other ones, though, when you watch the other ones, you'll be like, okay, these actually look better. You know what they did in this movie that I didn't like a little bit? They did a lot of fast frame movements, like they would zoom up real quick and do some cheesy shit with Godzilla, like smiling, do a little laugh. I didn't like this movie. Had a little more comedy in it, and the other movies didn't.
Oh yeah. Some of the characters were pretty funny.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I didn't appreciate the comedy.
No,
this was a little more of a lighter tone compared to the other movies. The other movies had a lot more serious tone to them. And I didn't really like the again, it's not that it's a bad movie. I just didn't like the comical undertone that they had.
The comedic tone, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really into that.
The podcast guy was funny as hell, whoever he was.
No, he was actually in Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Okay.
That's the last time I seen him. I don't remember him from
that he's done.
Yeah.
That obviously won in this movie. Yeah.
I don't remember him from Godzilla versus Kong. I'm not saying he wasn't in there. But he was in Godzilla King of the Monsters. So I do remember him from that, because I remember his scenes with, who else was in that? I forget her name. The one who plays 11 in the in Stranger Things. Yeah, something Bobby Brown, whatever. I can't remember her fucking name. She was in the Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was like I said, this was the lower budget of them. They were still good movies. Not that this was a bad movie. I wonder
why they decided to go cheaper. Did they mention? Just turned out that way, I guess.
It's Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
They're known for flip flopping on shit. Maybe they're losing interest in it.
Movies do well is very.
Considering the fucking considering the box office on this.
That's what I'm saying.
Keep making
but even though the other ones did pretty well too, for what I read, so I just wonder why they went back in budget.
I'm curious on how far they're going to keep going with these movies, because before you could make individual Kong and Godzilla movies. You can't do that anymore, because Godzilla and Kong are already in the same world now. So you can't have a solo Godzilla movie without the undertone, unless to be fair, yes. Kong spends the majority of his time in Hollow Earth, while Godzilla spends the majority of his time on the surface.
Right.
So yeah, you could, I guess, get it if you wanted to make solo films. You could.
You could make side stories with each individual one. Separate,
maybe Kong goes on maybe Kong goes on an individual story in Hollow Earth, or Godzilla. Maybe they do a movie about Godzilla versus blah blah blah. You know, because there's about 1,000 of those in Japanese, so they could do those. But they would have to do it in a way where they don't forget that those two creatures are in the same universe.
Are intertwined, in one way or another.
And eventually they could eventually do another Godzilla versus Kong, because they don't like each other. Godzilla or Kong, they have a deep hatred for each other. They just tolerate each other. So they could
do another one. And I would like to learn why. So I definitely have to watch the other one.
There's a lot of lore in it. Well, it's a dominance thing too. That was actually explained because in Godzilla King of the Monsters, that was explained because Godzilla is supposed to be the alpha creature.
Yeah. He's
supposed to be the strongest of them all. And the fact that there was Kong, he was like, oh shit, okay, got a fucking
a competitor.
Yeah, you're in my yard now, bitch. You know, that's basically where that's coming. It's basically this is the action film for sci-fi nuts. That's what this is.
Yeah.
But it's got a great story to it. It's got a lot of lore to it too. So, and it's rich with history. Like, Godzilla's been around for a long time. I grew up with Godzilla. Godzilla was around way before. My parents could say that they grew up with Godzilla.
Oh, no, that went back 70s, 60s, right?
50s, 60s, something like that, yeah. Godzilla's been around for a long fucking... Same thing with Kong. They've both been around for a long time. So they're rich with lore and story, so you can do a lot with those characters. So, yeah. With that, not a bad movie.
A silly side note.
Yeah.
Was Donkey Kong a ripoff of Kong? No? That's totally different. Well, I know it is totally different, but I figured like the names were
no. Stolen. I mean, maybe they got the name from Donkey Kong from King Kong. As far as I know, there's never been any legal fights over the name. But mind you, they're both Japanese, so maybe there is something there that we've never heard of. Nintendo and I don't know who
they're similar looking. If you were to think, maybe.
I mean, that's kind of horrible. You're just
ape man,
that's not cool, man.
Well, that's not cool.
You can't say King Kong and Godzilla King Kong and fucking Donkey Kong look the same.
Hey, I'm new to the story, so yeah.
All I'm saying is like one wears a goddamn necktie, man. Come on.
Well, one was made goofy, the other was made
to be fair though, Donkey Kong came before everything Nintendo wise, because Mario is actually a spin-off from Donkey Kong. Because Mario was just a little character that you played as. He was known as the plumber in that fucking very first Mario game where you had to climb the little fucking ladder and beat Donkey Kong at the top.
Yeah.
So before we had Super Mario and all the other shit, we had that. So it kind of started there. But if you had to say which one came first, King Kong came way before Donkey Kong did.
Oh, sure.
Because Donkey Kong didn't come until the early 80s. While fucking King Kong's been out since the fucking 50s,
already
60s.
Making movies of that for
it's
30 years.
Been out for a long time. Like, I remember, I don't remember because I'm fresh, but I remember as a kid on black and white TVs, as I'm told because I'm colorblind, seeing like old school cheesy Godzilla films, like to the point where you seen a guy inside a Godzilla costume. Like, that's how old.
Remember the old Godzilla screech? I'm used to the old screech that they put everywhere and music.
Well, that's kind of similar to what they do now. Like, if you listen to Godzilla's sound,
it doesn't feel the same to me. It doesn't feel.
It's that aftertone when you hear Godzilla scream after it goes like that. Yeah, that low thing that happens after he growls. That's been around for a long time.
Okay. They still kind of infiltrate.
Yeah. No, dude, I get stupid for Godzilla, dude. Like, it's insane. Like, I'm a big Godzilla nerd. I like ever since they remade and they jump started the Godzilla thing and they did it right with 2014's Godzilla, because that's, if you in release order, that's where it started. Right. Chronological order, obviously, it's not where it starts, but release order, it started with the Godzilla 2014 movie, and ever since they made that, dude, I remember how retardedly excited I was when I seen that trailer. I went to theaters to see that movie.
Okay.
Like everybody's like, "What are you doing?" Like, what you're going? Like, yes, I'm going to see Godzilla.
Candy store. Yeah.
I've seen I've seen every single one. I don't care if they make another Godzilla versus Kong or Godzilla movie, as long as it's part of this MonsterVerse, I'm watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see it. 100%. I'm going to see it. Like, I love this franchise. This is a universe that I don't know how they're going to keep it going, but I hope they find a way to keep it going. It's entertaining. Yeah. It's not like, oh my God, it's the best thing I've ever seen, but it is really fun, and I hope it stays around.
Is it starting to feel to you like it's becoming a money grab type of
with this movie? Yes.
Drops. Oh.
That's why I said it's not this movie wasn't as exciting as the others. Now we get to the point. I'm going to say to answer your question before. Mm-hmm. Do I feel that the franchise is getting more of dried out?
Yeah, is it becoming a money grab anymore?
With this one, yes.
Wow.
It's not to say that this one is bad, but I'm starting to feel that they're not pushing it hard enough.
They're running out of ideas. Yeah, they're running out of ideas.
I don't feel like they're getting it the way that they should. I feel like they're getting a little lazy, and I mean, even the budget kind of says it. I mean, this is the one that they've had the less budget.
Yeah, I was wondering, they never go back in budgets. It's the opposite with these type of movies, especially when they do good in box offices.
And they're doing great in box office. So I really hope they don't fuck it up. I really hope they don't. Like, damn, you know. But with that said, it is time for us to get into the scores. We're going a little further with this one because we had fun with this one. So we went a little farther with this one. So let's do that. Let's get into the scores, guys. If you are new to our show, what we do here is we have our four category scores, which is 1 through 5. This week our changing category is action. We have story. We have story, acting, action, and production. 1 through 5, 1.5, 2.5. Noble pile if it's below a 1. Noble seal if it's above a 5. Then we go on to our woke score. That is the higher the number in the woke score, the worse. So we don't want that. We don't want that goes from 1 to 10. We don't want that to go up. And then we have our overall score, which is 1 through 10, 1.5, 2.5 if necessary. Noble pile and noble seal are in effect. So with that said, let's get into the scores. What do you give your score for the story of Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire?
Now, mind you, I'm coming in extremely late, but for what I was able to consume today, I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
I gave it a 5.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So much so that my kids and I always pick a movie and then we watch it through. This may be the next one that we'll just watch in chronological orders. Hopefully.
Okay. No, absolutely. I'm not mad at. I think your score would have been a little different if you had come into this with the history. Mm-hmm. I did not give the story a 5. Not to say that it was bad. I gave it a 4. And the reason I gave it a 4 is because the story to this one was not as, I use this word very lightly because I know you love this word. I did not feel that the story for this one was as titillating as titillating. Yeah, I didn't feel like it was as titillating as all the other ones. Like Godzilla versus Kong was I got like excited. I was like, Rah! This one it was like that was cool. What is it?
Hard take throughout the whole damn movie.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like this is not the best in the franchise. It's still a good movie, but it's definitely not the best in the franchise. All right, so yeah, 4 and a 5, definitely deserved. I'm not even that mad. I'm not, like I said, I think your score would have been a little different coming into it with a history, but I will not contest the 5. Going into the action, what do you give your score for the action?
Easy 5. I mean, it was packed with action.
Okay.
Beautiful action. The fighting scenes were amazing. Everything. I give it a 5.
Now, again, I think your score would have been different coming in. If coming in, because again, I gave the acting. Did I say action or acting? Which one did you just give score for? I fucked that up. Action. Okay, my bad. So I went out of order with that one. My bad.
It was action packed. Yeah.
Okay, so I went out of order for that one, but still, my comment still stands. We should have did acting. I'm fucked up. That was supposed to be what was acting. Well, whatever. My bad.
It's a fun show today. A lot has happened in this
action.
show.
I also gave it a 4.
Okay.
Because the action, again, it was, dude, there is a scene at the end of the Godzilla film, just the Godzilla one that came out in 2014, that was so fucking planned just right that you waited for. You waited for this to happen from the very start of this film. If you were a Godzilla nut, when they finally did it at the end of the film, you wanted to go and punch a wall because it was so exciting.
It's so good.
Yeah, it was timed so well. This was kind of just like everything was thrown on the wall, and what worked, and what didn't. It was good, but it wasn't as good. Even Godzilla versus Kong, there was a lot of instances in that movie that was just like...
Now you got me intrigued, because if anything in those previous movies was better than what I saw today, then that's pretty fucking badass.
Even, to be honest with you, even the CGI is better in the other films.
Ooh.
Like this, don't get me wrong, this movie's not bad.
The whole Khan jungle look that he lived in and everything, the underworld or whatever it's called.
The Hollow Earth, yeah.
Hollow Earth, oh, gorgeous.
No, I'm telling you, like, Godzilla versus Kong is probably the one that I think you'll like the most, because it explores all that.
My thing is, how is there skies in Hollow Earth?
It explains it.
It explains it.
It explains it. You have to watch all it. Like, all this shit's explained in the other movies. So yeah, we skipped the acting. So we're gonna go back to the acting. What do you give the acting for this film?
I found no flaw. I really enjoyed it. I mean, the human characters, but the animated characters.
I mean, you really can't really go acting. You can't give Godzilla an acting score. I mean, it's basically the cartoon,
Yeah. No, but I thought it was great. I mean, it wasn't out of this world or anything like that. I don't, at least to me. But I gave it a 4.5.
Okay.
It was definitely great.
I gave it a 4, and for the same exact reason that even Godzilla King of the Monsters, the acting in that was so deep. Like, you were invested. I wasn't invested in the, I'm not saying that this one was bad. I'm just saying, compared to the other films, I wasn't as invested in this one as I was in those.
The other ones, okay.
Like, the outcome wasn't like, yeah, it was okay. Like, I won't say anything. I don't want to give away. Good.
I'm getting a feeling here that you're really thinking this is becoming a money grab.
If this is the decline, then yes. I hope that maybe this was just an understep. And maybe the next one will have that Godzilla or Godzilla King of the Monsters, or hell, even Kong Skull Island feel. This one wasn't as serious. That's the thing. It was more comical, and I didn't like. It was good. But it compared to the other ones, it wasn't. If this was the only movie in its franchise, then it would have been a great movie. But I'm judging this movie off of the other 4 movies that are already out. And that being said, yeah, it's not as good as the other 4. The other 4 are definitely better. Still good, just not as good as the other 4. So yeah, acting, I gave it a 4. I thought the acting in all the, I mean, dude, do you know the show? Even the actors were even more renowned in the old, renowned. Do you know Breaking Bad?
Oh yes.
You know the guy who played Walter White?
I know of him, yeah.
Okay, he's in the first Godzilla film.
The
acting in that film was phenomenal. Yeah. The acting in the Godzilla movie was phenomenal.
I forget his real name.
Cranston, I think.
Okay, no.
Yeah. He's been around a long time. He was the one in what's the show that show Malcolm in the Middle?
Yep.
He was the dad in Malcolm in the Middle. He's been around for a long time. I love him in a lot of shit. But he's Walter White now. He's always Walter White now. Because like if you've watched fucking Breaking Bad, that was like his best
anything
role.
Else, yeah.
Oh, it's just like his best role.
Meth in the desert somewhere.
Yeah, dude, I love him. But no, the acting in that film was phenomenal. The acting in fucking Godzilla King of the Monsters was phenomenal. Even the acting in Godzilla versus Kong was phenomenal. Even in Kong Skull Island was phenomenal. This one, it was good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't up to the par of the other ones. That's my problem. That's my problem. Is this was a good movie, but you can feel that there wasn't as much love put into this one as there was
a little bit watered down.
It was a little, yeah. It was. This one was a little more family friendly than the other ones were, I guess. I guess I don't want to say that. I mean, because I'm not saying like the other ones weren't family friendly, but they were more tense and they were more serious than this film was.
Okay.
This film was a little more comical. Dude, I let my son watch this one because I was like, I had it on the rental, so I was like, you know what, might as well. He got bored. He got bored at certain points. He said at certain points, bored. Really? But mind you, my son's not into a lot of dialogue, so
yeah.
There was a lot of dialogue, so that's what.
Well, that's the thing. This one actually, see, I disagree. I thought the dialogue was just perfect. It wasn't.
My son doesn't like dialogue.
This was action.
My son likes action. My son likes things popping up and a lot of stuff going on screen. He likes that. Yep. He doesn't. If things relax for a little bit and they start talking for 5-10 minutes, he's like, man, this sucks. You know. So now again, I'm judging this movie based off of the other movies. So going into production, what do you give your score for production?
There's no other way I can give this a 5. Solid, beautiful soundtrack. Sound, visuals, primarily visuals.
I'm gonna give it a 5. Now here's the thing. I would have probably given the other movies more. I might have actually given the other movies a seal.
A seal, yeah.
Yeah. This one I gave it a 5, which is still good. No, you do. I'm telling you, they are really good. I think if you watch the other ones, you would fucking love Godzilla. Like Godzilla is my shit, dude. I love this Godzilla. I love our modern Godzilla. Like he's fucking badass. Like he is the shit. When you watch the other movies, you'll see why. Like Godzilla is just.
You don't have any Godzilla games. I've never seen you play any. Right?
Because they all suck.
Nothing? Oh, they
Sadly,
do have.
Oh yeah, they have Godzilla games, but they all suck. They're all cash grabs. Even the very last Godzilla game that came out was based off the fucking. They tried to base it off the Godzilla movie that came out in 2014, and it was fucking bad. Pure cash in. So moving on, since we are definitely over time limit here, let's go on to our woke score. What do you give the woke score for this film?
It didn't move. As far as you know of anything, it didn't move from me.
No, and it didn't. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. No.
These movies don't really do that. Not even the show does it, and I'm very happy about that.
Good, yeah.
Don't. And I haven't really been hit with too much of it. I think it's starting to die down, and I'm really happy about that. Unless it's Disney. Disney.
Yeah, but
Disney don't give no fucks.
Overall, it has gone down.
Sure, except for Disney, because I just found out some shit about Disney that I'm not too happy about that they're doing with a favorite character of mine, and I'm not very happy about it. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you after the show. I just read an article on it, and it's fucking pissing me off. But whatever. So yeah, no woke score on it. Very happy about that. The needle didn't move. So let's move on to the final part of the show. The overall score of Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. What do you give your overall score of this film?
I loved it. I give it an 8.5.
Okay, 8.5.
Absolutely. I give it an 8.5.
That's fair. I'm not even going to contest that. I gave it an 8. Okay. And again, these are all solely based. My score would have been higher if it wasn't for the other films.
Why my score wasn't higher, and it's simply because of the fact that I came into late. A lot of the story I didn't understand because I didn't watch the previous ones. But yeah, it would have definitely gotten a 10 if it wasn't for that.
I would have given the first Godzilla film a 10. I would have also given. I would give the Kong Skull Island a 9. Godzilla 10. Godzilla King of the Monsters probably a 10. Godzilla versus Kong 9.5. This one I give it an 8. So it's not bad, but it's just not as good as the other ones.
Right.
So again, I said in the beginning, I had to judge this one solely off of the other films. And if you watch the other films, I think you'll be like, I see why you voted these way.
Yeah.
But that is our scoring on tonight's movie, Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this show. I say rent it. I do. Even though I say it's not the best in the franchise so far, I still think it's worth a rent. I mean, I'm not even mad about the rental. And it's not a cheap rental either. We're talking $19.99.
But if you're like me, folks, and you haven't seen, I would go back and watch, because I wish I did that. I wish I had the time to do that.
As of the time of this recording, the most of them are on streaming networks right now.
Yeah, watch those and then go ahead and rent this one.
I do believe the majority, they're split. I think some of them are, I think they're split between Netflix and Max right now. I think some of them are on Max and some of them are on Netflix. But if you watch them in the actual order, doesn't matter what you watch them on, totally worth it. Definitely watch the other movies. I think you would appreciate this movie more.
More if I would have watched it.
If you would have watched the other ones, yeah. You might have actually given this a 10, I think.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe not. Maybe if you were judging them like I was off the other films, you might not have given it a 10. But you might have given it a 9. You might have given it a 9. And I'm actually curious on which one of those that you act. Now, mind you, you're judging. When I said which one do you pick, Godzilla or Kong, you're doing that based off this one film.
Off this one film.
I'm curious to see where that changes if you see the other.
If it differs afterwards, yeah.
But that is our take on this, guys. Definitely go give it a rent. If not, if you don't want to rent it, wait till it comes out on streaming. It'll probably be on Max or Netflix, one of the two, probably Max first, because I believe it's owned by Warner Brothers. So that would be Max. Definitely give it a watch regardless. It's definitely a good additive to the franchise, just not the best. But that is our take on tonight's movie, and I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to go to our website, nobullgi.com, NOBULLGI.com. Make sure to check all that out. Everything is there. Check out our merch. Check out our full schedule. Check out our archive, which has everything past, present, and future. Make sure to check us out on every other social that we have. And like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell here if you're watching it on the YouTube channel. And find out to stay up to date with everything that we do. But that is our cue to get out of here, guys. I hope you have a phenomenal Wednesday night and a great rest of your week. Make sure to check out everything else that we have on the network. All the other shows, we have plenty for you to watch. But it is time for us to go.
Peace out, fellas.
Peace out, peeps. And we will see you on the next one. Peace out.